Today we will be looking at material mapping, which is the process of adding roughness and metallic information to all of our materials per texture pixel. We're going to add shiny metallic nails to these. Let's make a diagram of material channels that we have. A albedo texture. And the albedo texture has got a red, green, blue channel, the material color. And we have an alpha channel. Alpha stands for transparency. Then we have a normal map. We have RGB channels, the XYZ vector of the surface normal, the direction that light bounces off of this. The alpha channel of the normal map is currently unused, and the material map has got an R channel used as the ambient occlusion. And then the GBA, Game Boy Advance channels, they are currently unused. For material mapping, we want to have a roughness map. We want to add a metallic map. We want to have an albedo mix map in here. And there's one more that we want to have, a prelit map. Prelit stands for the light emission. So we have four properties: roughness, metallic, albedo mix, and prelit, that we want to assign to 1, 2, 3, 4 unused channels. Now, one thing that we have to keep in mind is for the normal map, it's going to be pretty hard to add an alpha channel to this because we actually hand draw the normal map. We want it to be 255. So a normal map looks like this. It has a RGB component for the directional surface vector, and it doesn't have an alpha component to it. The material map is going to be a little bit easier because we are going to have to combine multiple textures here already. So this is going to be a composite file. Almost every texture we already have is going to use this roughness map. So we definitely want that to be in one of the more often used channels. So RGB are the simplest to influence. So let's say this is going to be roughness. Then we have a B channel and an alpha channel like this. We're going to use everything, so let's use metallic on the B channel here, on the blue channel of the material map. So we could move prelit to here. Prelit, we have to assign the albedo mix to the alpha here. So albedo mix. Does this make sense? Maybe we move the ambient occlusion to this channel, because we can draw roughness, we can draw metallicness, but the ambient occlusion comes from pixplant. Roughness is going to be relative, so that's going to be relative -0 to plus 1.0. Metallic, I think it's the same deal. We have metallic textures that need to be less metallic, and we have non-metallic textures that need to be more metallic. We're going to use the same system for this. Albedo mix is going to be absolute, 0 to plus 1.0. So this is going to be the red channel, green channel, blue channel, and then the ambient occlusion is absolute. It ranges from 0.0 to plus 1.0. Align these. Maybe we call this emission, the more natural term for radiating light. So we're going to have to draw a material map for the wooden planks. I kind of want to make a folder per texture file that we have. We move all of the wooden planks files into base wooden planks. And then we call it base wooden planks pole. Let's move it over there. So now we're going to have to draw an albedo mix channel, a metallic channel, and a roughness channel for the wooden planks. I think we want to use the albedo as a base. Steel in the engine is defined as a gray color. Lightness is going to be 61, sort of. So we need to update the albedo map to match that. Let's select all of the nails, go into hue, saturation, brightness, and then we have to set this to 61. Otherwise the nails are going to be a bit too bright. Back to our material map. The nails, we're going to set the albedo mix to 255 because we want these to take over the color from the texture. So we go back to RGB mode for this. 255. We want them to be metallic, so the green channel is going to be 255. Let's go. And then we have the roughness. Now we have to compare roughness of steel and wood, because wood is our base material. The steel is what we're going to override here. Steel is 0.15 and wood, base wood is 0.75 and painted wood is 0.3. Minus 15 plus half times 255. There we go. Our value is going to be 89. So we end up with this very weird looking yellow color. Check out the material map for the nails. We have on the red channel albedo mix, and that's going to be 255. So we're going to copy the color from the albedo texture instead of multiplying for the nails, because we want them to look gray, steelish. The green channel, metallicness, is going to be plus 1.0. So that's 255 on the green channel over here. That's good. And then we have roughness. And the roughness is going to be a little bit lower than the wood that they're hammered into. And that kind of encodes to the value 89. We can check this because maybe I'm off with my math. Let's open up numbers. This is the value. Want it to be formula. We want this to be 0. We want this to be 127.5 sort of. We want this to be 255. these are going to be in between. So this is going to be sort of like 64 and this is going to be sort of 192. Our formula, we're going to take 1, then we add the value that we want to encode times 255. Boom, check it out. Nope. We do this times 127.5. It's exactly what we want. So this is a relative value calculation. And now we can add our custom values over here. So we have minus 1.15. So the value is going to be 108. So we can use this as our calculation. Save this to the desktop. Material value calculator. There we go. So now on to the rest of the texture. We want the albedo mix to be 0. Red channel is going to be 0. Then the metallic portion isn't going to change, so that's going to be relative, but we want to err it on the low side, so we say that's going to be 127. It's unchanged, but it's on the bottom side of being metallic. The roughness isn't going to change, and that can err to the lower side as well. 127 for the blue channel, like this. Basically, we can just throw everything away and use the background layer for this. No albedo mix. No change in metallic and in roughness. Now we just have to get the ambient occlusion into the alpha channel. So let's make a new texture file, place the material map in here. Then we add transparency to it and we place the ambient occlusion map into the transparency. Maybe this works first try. Boom, there we go. So we now have a new material map for the wooden pole, the top side of it and the full block.